Bianca Belair reacts to Rhea Ripley signing contract for title match on WWE RAW. Bianca Belair sent a message to Rhea Ripley after she interrupted the contract signing on the March 17 episode of WWE RAW. Belair and WWE Women's World Champion Io Sky were set to sign the contract for their title match at WrestleMania 41 on the March 17 episode of WWE RAW. Rhea Ripley wound up getting involved, and she signed the contract. RAW general manager Adam Pearce later argued with Ripley and noted that this wasn't how signings worked. In a tweet, Bianca Belair commented on Ripley's actions and sent her a warning. He said it, "I didn't. Childish. Someone please explain to her how a contract works. Or, does someone else want to come out next week, sign a contract that doesn't have their name on it? And make it a fatal four-way while we're at it, stay out of my business," Belair wrote. Rhea Ripley also commented on the situation. She simply shared a clip of her argument with Pearce and wrote, "Make it official." 6. WWE gives fans a mega match teaser. Stephanie Vaquer vs. Rhea Ripley will happen at some point. WWE has already teased it on this past Monday's edition of Raw, so there's a lot of anticipation about what they'll do at MITB. Most online seem to believe that this women's ladder match is either Ripley's or Vaquer's to lose. The previous entry makes it clear that this particular fan disagrees, if only because he'd love to see Triple H's creative brain trust come through for Naomi post-heel turn and reward her for her efforts since revealing the truth about her jealousy. So, how do workers as strong as Rhea and Stephanie maintain their respective auras without hauling down the briefcase and gunning for either top female championship over the coming weeks and months? By dipping back into ladder match past and working one of those vintage table-breaking spots that take both out of the running, of course. Think Bubba Ray Dudley and Matt Hardy blasting through multiple tables back between 2000 to 2001, for example. It's pretty dangerous, but the visual of both women crashing through a stack of wood does sound spectacular, and it'd play before booming "Holy S******" chants from the live crowd in Cali. Then, once things have settled back down, an opportunistic snake like Naomi can capitalize on everyone else being totally distracted to clamber over the wreckage and forge her own title dreams. This would be the kind of bump that WWE's production truck could replay over and over again for years. Hey, you never know, it might even lead to a babyface versus babyface battle at Evolution 2 on July 13th. The promotion will have to get moving on tidy, interest-piquing bouts for that show soon. So why not Mommy vs. La Primera? Zelina Vega, Rhea Ripley lives literally across the street from me, that's how much she is obsessed with me. Zelina Vega talks about her relationship with Rhea Ripley. At WWE Backlash 2023 in Puerto Rico, Rhea Ripley would put her WWE SmackDown Women's Championship on the line against Zelina Vega. The bout was one that was initially supposed to be a short one, but turned into a bout where Vega would ride the momentum of the Puerto Rico crowd to almost defeating Ripley, despite the Eradicator eventually retaining her title. While speaking to DS Shin on Ring the Bell, Zelina spoke about Rhea Ripley, noting that she wouldn't even say they're friends despite being neighbors. She's into Dragon Ball, yeah. That's her jam. I don't know. I wouldn't even say we're friends. I don't know. I mean, I think we just mess with each other so much. But there's a whole study on that, actually, where people, it's like, if you're friends with somebody that messes with you the most, it means, like, you guys are going to stay loyal to each other and be really tight for a while, and that's why, like, when we see each other, we're like, hey, bitch. Like, all the time. Like, it's so aggressive every time we see each other. She's my neighbor, bro. Like, she lives literally across the street from me. Yeah, that's how much she is obsessed with me. Elsewhere in the same interview, Zelina noted that she loves her new WWE theme music. You can read more about that here. Rhea Ripley publicly hanging out with Liv Morgan in swimsuits would have never happened under Vince McMahon. Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan fail to maintain their on-screen feud outside the ring, having a good time at a birthday bash in swimsuits. Vince McMahon was very high on having WWE superstars maintain kayfabe inside and outside the squared circle. However, Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, who are on-screen rivals, have not followed it one bit and have been recently spotted chilling in swimsuits. Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan are currently on separate paths, but can meet again at the upcoming WWE PLE. WWE has been seeing some of the most compelling rivalries for decades. Whether it was Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, The Rock vs. Steve Austin, or John Cena and Randy Orton squaring off, these top-tier feuds have captivated the audience like no other. However, back in the day, kayfabe was heavily maintained both on and off-screen by these superstars. The formula adopted by former WWE chairman and CEO, Vince McMahon, made professional wrestling sensational among the fanbase. However, in the modern era, Triple H's regime has completely ruined that concept, and a prime example has been how the on-screen rivalry between the women's division stars, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, completely flipped off-screen. Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan had a formidable on-screen rivalry, but Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley began making waves as a tag team in 2022. They had good tenure as a team for a while. However, sometime later, Ripley broke their alliance and the duo went their separate ways. They crossed paths in the later part of 2023, where Mommy brutally injured Morgan's shoulder by kicking it while being wrapped around a chair on the July 24th episode of Raw, and took her out of action. The Miracle Kid returned at the start of 2024, and following the end of WrestleMania 40, got her revenge by injuring Ripley by tossing her shoulder first into the wall on the April 8th episode of Raw. As part of her Liv Morgan revenge tour, Morgan stole Ripley's boyfriend, Dominik Mysterio, and her WWE Women's World title. Even when the Eradicator returned, their rivalry continued for months and culminated on Raw on Netflix's debut show, which featured multiple celebrities and stars. However, the duo has said on multiple occasions that they maintained a close relationship. The current WWE Women's Tag Team Champion revealed in an interview with CNN News 18 that she presented her NXT locker to Mommy after being called up to the main roster. Ripley also stated in an interview with TV Insider that she and Morgan often had a good laugh backstage on Monday Night Raw. "We normally have a good laugh. She is really funny. We just do dumb stuff together." From taking a photo and seeing how she looks like a little demon to laughing for 30 minutes, I'm not lying, in tears, on the ground, laughing from just one photo. Most recently, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley were spotted chilling together in swimsuits for Natalia's birthday on a private yacht. Many female superstars from Raw and SmackDown were also present for the festivities, and the two on-screen heated rivals were enjoying themselves together. This threw kayfabe completely out of the window in the modern era. However, Vince McMahon's vision was completely different. He emphasized the importance of maintaining character even outside the squared circle to have a significant impact and keep the audience engaged, making the product more believable in the world of professional wrestling. What is next for Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan in WWE? Liv Morgan is currently a part of Rhea Ripley's previous faction, the Judgment Day. She is one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions with Raquel Rodriguez. Morgan had been on hiatus to pursue a major Hollywood project and is looking to become the new it girl of the silver screen. She came back to Monday Night Raw this week and did not look happy about the things that were going on behind her back. This included Roxanne Perez getting close to Judgment Day and taking a keen interest in her on-screen boyfriend. Moreover, Liv Morgan also stated that she was looking to qualify for the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match this year. On the other hand, Rhea Ripley has already qualified for the ladder match last week on Raw. She defeated Kairi Sane in a singles match to claim her spot. With WWE Money in the Bank PLE coming up, it will be interesting to see if Morgan and Ripley come face to face one more time. I was pissed. I ran out there and I got in her face. I didn't mean to hit Liv. But when someone pulls your hair, you're going to strike back. All I wanted to accomplish was to help Io, but she didn't understand that. Io didn't give me the time of day to even explain myself. She made up her mind and stormed out. On the other side, Bianca Belair secured a victory in the Elimination Chamber in 2025, and she was confronted by then-champion Rhea Ripley, as her win promised her a title shot at WrestleMania 41. Fast forward to March 3, 2025, Io Sky challenged Ripley for the WWE Women's World Championship, and Ripley thought it was fair because she had interrupted her match, causing her disqualification. However, this was a grave mistake for Ripley. The constant distraction from Bianca Belair at the ringside led to Ripley losing her title to Io Sky. Ripley, the WWE Women's World Champion, was stripped and turned into a struggling wrestler who was looking at a title shot for WrestleMania. She got played. Rhea Ripley was blunt when she addressed the whole feud with Variety. "It felt like she played me. She manipulated my emotions, which, kudos to her, it worked. She's the Women's World Champion, and now I'm the one struggling to get back into the WrestleMania match." Her fans were rooting for her victory at WrestleMania 41. However, she again got played by Io Sky, and her brilliant in-ring performance outclassed Ripley and Bianca Belair. Rhea Ripley got played again at WrestleMania 41. The triple threat match at WrestleMania started on a pleasant note for Ripley. However, Bianca Belair was standing toe-to-toe with her, and it was mostly Ripley versus Belair in the ring when Io Sky was out cold. However, the defending champion was determined to walk back with her title. Sky trusted her aerial capabilities and wreaked havoc on her opponents, retaining the WWE Women's World Championship.